out with Sunburst. We'll start out with Vintage Artistry Sunburst. But before I do that, I have to show you 2 new packs of Rubons. Karen, I saw the pink lollipop and fell in love because who doesn't love a pink sucker? Right, absolutely. And Shannon said the holographic foil is so fun. It definitely is. Definitely kind of gives a little bit of a different look, right? Okay, 2 new Rubon packs from 49 and Market. These are generic. This one is called Date Essentials. I love this, 01. You know what that tells me? That means there's probably going to be at least one more, because if they're going to put a 01, that means they're probably thinking they'll do more in the future. So 2 6x8 sheets of Rubons. Love this, kind of the dates, right? You have all of those numbers. Now we all know numbers are great for dates, but they're also great for our list too, right? So those are each individual letter Rubons. You have little calendars that are each individual, right? So you can use those in separate pieces. And then on the back side, look at those. 2020 through 2027. So you could just rub on whatever the year is, right? Or you could rub all of that on and then circle May of 2023 and then the date if you wanted. So love, love, love all of those. I think those are so, so fun. Then you have the stitching essentials. Again, look at 01. That tells me, crossing our fingers, there'll be more of these. We saw the stitches in Spectrum Gardenia, but now there's just a specific stitch pack for generic Rubons. These are black. So you have, again, 2 6x8 sheets. That is one design. Look how fun this is. These are like your little decorative stitches, right? You could turn the dial on the sewing machine and you'd get a little bit more decorative. And then look how fun those are. Those are like if you did a little heart on your sewing machine, or you did your little embroidery, right? Those are like little embroidery X's, little pieces there. So 2 new packs of Rubons. Those are great for anything, not specific to any collection or any theme or anything like that. Moving into a very specific collection or theme, this is Sunburst, Vintage Artistry Sunburst. So many things to show you. I will tell you, at the request of a number of you, I have been doing big bundles for Simple Stories products. That's basically where you get everything in the collection, the 12x12 papers, you get everything. I have now done a limited, like super limited number, because I'm going to test it out, of 49 to Market. So there are big bundles for the collection I'm going to show you right now, the Sunburst. There is also big bundles for Christmas Spectacular, right? Christmas Spectacular, yes. Oh my goodness, you guys, the outside, it was raining earlier and there are like the most beautiful gray clouds in this golden light that you can't even imagine. If I was not doing this, I'd go outside and look. All right, let's start with the big stuff. The 12x12 paper pack. So we'll just open this up really quick. 12x12 paper pack, you have 12 sheets in the 12x12 paper pack. The colors in this, would you look at that? Look at that blue. Is that not the most beautiful blue you've ever seen? And I'm showing you the B sides here. Let's look at the front. Let's look at the A sides first, the front. This paper, okay, again, I've not seen any of this. Literally, it got here at 5 o'clock, so I've not seen any of this. I love that Sunburst paper. And look at, like Katie does when she designs, you have kind of this mixed media in there. So you don't have to know mixed media. It's kind of all done there for you. Love that sun. Beautiful greenery. Oh, look at seahorse. Nice little island with a palm tree. Haha. Palm frond with a flamingo. Beautiful pink, kind of that nice map background with pink up top. Definitions with small icons and then blue stamps. All right, so that's the collection pack. That's going to give you more of your patterns. And then backside, so B sides, that yellow kind of reminds you of pineapple. Green with that black and white is beautiful. It's a little bit like watercolor effect. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Pretty pink. Those pineapples are good, aren't they? Look at those pineapples. And then that blue that we started out with. So that is the 12 by 12 collection pack. Then we will move into the solid pack. That would be the colored foundations. So these would be maybe more of your bases, your accents. You're a little bit more plain, right? 8 double-sided papers, two sheets each of 4 designs, right? They're your blues, and on the back side you have, ooh, solid blue. That blue is seriously so stinking vibrant. Green, and I imagine we're going to see solid green on the back side, yes. Yellow. Look at, kind of looks like you have a little bit of wire in the background. Again, the mixed media on that, well, mixed media art is so beautiful. The yellow and then the pink. So those are your foundations, 2 sheets each of 4 different colors for your 8 sheets. Remember, if you're looking at all this going, oh my heavens, I need it all, then you can get it all because there's a big bundle. The big bundles are, if you buy the whole bundle, it's 15% off. So there's a nice little incentive for you there. If 12 by 12 isn't your thing, we have the 6 by 8 collection pack. 3 sheets each of 9 different designs, plus a special like bonus cut apart. So we'll kind of look at those. There's the back side. Ooh, there's that yellow that we loved. Well, I loved so much. So looking like same patterns that we saw in the 12 by 12, although that one's a little bit of a different one, than we didn't see that. Similar patterns we saw in the 12 by 12. The vibrant colors in here just are so good, so good. They're the pink, the blue stamps that we looked at. It's nice to have 3 sheets. There's a horizontal or a landscape version. Another landscape. And then that is your cut apart page. So you can, it's solid, but that's your cut apart page. And then really even that back side you could use, you can cut out those little pieces if you want it. That's the 6 by 8 paper pack. All right, let's keep going. Now we will take a look at the Rubons. So a number of different Rubons. Love, love, love the 49 and Market Rubon. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet. Nice thing about the 12 by 12 sheet is you have varying sizes. So small, small. But if you're working in a larger area, like on a 12 by 12 layout or 12 by 12 paper, look at that, sun-kissed. I mean, that is perfect title for one of your larger projects. Look at the back there so you can kind of see them all. But that's a 12 by 12 sheet. The happy is so fun. Bathing Beauties. All right, that is one of the 12 by 12 transfer sheets or Rubons. That's the Sentiments. This one is the classic Rubon transfer sheet. Let's look at the back. So look at that little lighthouse in the bottle, seahorse. Did you know a seahorse is, if not the only one of the only animals that doesn't have a stomach? A seahorse does not have a stomach. Flamingo, 3 different pineapples, a little sea turtle. Those are the classic Rubons, Sentiments and Classics. And let's see, I do believe we have some other Rubons. Yes, we do. This is the Sunburst Rubon transfer set. 6 by 8 size, 6 sheets. So let's just take a quick look at these. Those icons that we've seen in a couple spots throughout the collection. More icons. Ooh, look at these. Love all of those. Like the palm trees, all the greens in that. This is beautiful. All the bright color in here. The color is so, so good in this collection. Ooh, look at those. Those shells. Beautiful artwork, right? They're very realistic looking. Very realistic looking. And then, this is always one of my favorites, the Sentiments. And we used these on Saturday, well, in the Spectrum Gardenia we used, but these will be very similar now in Sunburst. All right, how we doing, friends? Are we hanging in there? Are we hanging in there? There's a lot. It is a lot to show you tonight. If you missed me at the beginning, I am traveling and teaching the next 2 weeks. So this will be the last What's New Wednesday that we do until August 16th, Wednesday, August 16th, 2023, because I will be gone. So I thought, well, we probably better take a look at these 2 collections tonight as well. All right, so those are the 3 Rubons. Then we move to the Essential File Set. And I don't know if I've shown you guys these before. They're a combination of little file folders and then little pockets. So if these pieces are scored, on the pockets are scored. So I can do that and then put that down. And now I have something I can tuck in the pocket. Like, I don't know, this would be really fun, right? Wouldn't this be really fun if we took, let's say, like one of our traveler's notebooks and we did something like this and put that right there. And guess what? There's a list that comes out of there. I will tell you, it keeps getting bumped, but there is a stamp set that I have had on my list forever to do a little bottom of an envelope as a stamp, kind of like our little typewriter, and then you could have a list coming out of the envelope. But in the meantime, that's a little envelope die cut that you could use. So there are a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 colors in that color palette for the collection, those little envelopes. And then look at these little file folders. Aren't those fun? Little file folders. And then, okay, oh my goodness. Okay, I've never opened these before. I am going to, those are scored, right? And then look at, so I could put like slide things in there. This would be great for, a little bit too wide for a traveler's notebook, but this would be great in like a 6x8 mini book or on one of your 12x12 layouts. Just tuck your little journaling in there or whatever. So 2 of those, left, right, and then, oh my goodness, look at this guy. Oh, it's 1 piece, 6x8 piece, but there's a pocket there, and then there's a pocket there. So those are super fun. Those are that's the file set. The file set. Okay. We're moving right along, friends. Now we'll take a look at the tropical foliage. So there are 2 packs of the laser cuts. The tropical foliage and the generals. So let's look at the generals first. If you're not familiar with the laser cuts that 49 and Market does, they are pretty fabulous because these are laser cut. Now what a laser cut gives you that like a regular die cut doesn't, well, there's a really good example. Look at that laser cut net. It is actually cut out. So you don't see something like that with a die cut. You know what you'd see with a die cut? You would see white behind it, right? Because it needs to be, it's die cut from a piece of paper. These are laser cut. So very, very, very intricate. And there's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this pack, these are 6 by 12.5 sheets, and you have 4 sheets. So 1, 2, and then the 2 that I just showed you. Those are great. But the intricacy, like look at those little ribbon pieces or string. You just can't get that in a die cut. I think that's what makes those so spectacular. So those are the general that we just looked at. And then we'll take a look at the tropical foliage. Karen said, as soon as I finish collating my photos and print it, I will be using my kit that's ready for the pics that we worked on in class. Oh, very good. Very, very good. Karen's talking about the, I think, Everyday Adventures mini book project kit. Yeah, Karen? All right. Look at beautiful. So, so pretty. Okay. Here's another example of the laser cut. And you can see how you just pull this piece out. Well, gently, right? When you're removing the pieces, you want to be gentle because laser cut, I don't want to rip anything. Let's see if I can do that. Look at that. You see that? Let's put it on here. Then you can probably see it a little bit better. But looks so realistic because you don't have the white outline that you normally do like on a die cut, or in a lot of cases even on a sticker. So those are the tropical foliage. Look at all those leaves. So pretty. Oh my goodness, look at the tree. Look at that palm tree with all the intricate leaves. So, so good. I don't know. 49 and Market is like killing it lately. They have just, they're pumping out so much good stuff. I just love it. All right. So we're getting there. We're getting to the last few products that are part of that Sunburst. These are the chipboard pieces. Okay. Chipboard pieces, but they're very, well, they're thin, right? Thinner. So you could use these. I don't know that I'd use the chipboard pieces in my traveler's notebook on the inside pages because they're probably a little bit too bulky for me, but great for the rest of your projects. I mean, you could use them on the covers of your inserts. So loads of pieces, 56 in that pack. But look at those great icons that you see throughout. Little sea turtle. This I love, that lifeguard stand against the yellow. So lots and lots of good pieces there. Even the little seahorse. All right, let's get those out of the way. One thing about 49 Market, and if you're not doing this, you're really leaving stuff on the table. The packaging is beautiful. Like, why couldn't I use that? I should totally use that packaging. It's the back of the packaging or the inside of the packaging. So you can totally use those pieces in your projects too. All right, let's get, oh heavens, this always ends up being the biggest mess. Lily's always like, should I put them all back in the packages? And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't worry about it. Because then you've got to find where all these go, and then you've got to find where the other ones go. And actually, these ones are a little bit easier, but look at that. Left over from that little, oh, not that guy. Left over from something that was in the inside of that, I think. Oh, maybe not, because there's another one. All right. Chipboard. Now we're going to take a look at the chipboard words. I love these so much. Uh-oh. Flower down. Okay, chipboard words. Teresa said, great for pictures from a trip to Hawaii. Now I need to go there, never been. Yes, Teresa, now you have an excuse. You've been waiting for an excuse, you've been waiting for a reason, and now you have the reason. There's that, my favorite. I love that. But again, packaging, use it. Together, happy. These chipboard words are so good. Loved, fun, refresh. So these can work with tons of projects, right? Best, that could be used for anything. Yes. Sweet, relax, here, good. Oh, and there's a couple suns too. So much of this can be used for things besides summer. Wow. Sunny. Whoopsie. That was like 52 card pickup vibes. There's probably, oh, I know, there's a good that goes with that to say good vibes. Fun. Yes, that is a fun pack. That is a fun pack. All right, let's just try to, I'm going to need to pick those up. So Christmas is going to come in very soon, in a few minutes. So I got to get all the summer out of the way. Just a big pile. Just a big pile on the floor. All right, the Sunburst film strip frames. One of the things Karen just mentioned, which you definitely can do, she said you can thin out the chipboard by peeling a little bit of the backing off. Okay, so if I come in and usually I wouldn't just peel with my fingernail like this, but chipboard is made up of layers of paper, right? That's what makes it have dimension. So if I come in and just start separating some of those layers, that is now a manageable piece that I could use in a traveler's notebook if I wanted. So you can totally do that. Great, great point, Karen. Okay, the frames, the Sunburst film strip frames. There are 30 frames in here. Look at all of those. That color, I can't even. So these are like your acetate, right? Working with our little acetate, different sizes. I'm just popping that little guy out. There we go. And then you have your little film strips, right? And those little insides pop out. Your film strips. Beautiful colors. So, and in varying sizes, you even get your little tiny guys. And then these don't have anything punched out of them. Well, they do, right? They have the, almost like the old negatives, right? The old film negatives have the little, they're not punched out. They're just not printed there. So it looks like they're punched out. But it reminds you of the roll of film. And those are the film strip frames. Okay, we've got 3 more pieces to look at, and then we will take a look at Christmas Spectacular. Christmas Spectacular. All righty. Gosh, I feel like we need an intermission, huh? We won't do an intermission. The Wishing Bubbles and Baubles. Wishing Bubbles and Baubles. So these are the 49 Market version of enamel dots, but they're not enamel dots. They are coated, so there's a coating on top of the paper. So they're domed, right? So they kind of look like your enamel dots, but they're not, I don't even know how to explain it. I've never seen an enamel dot that looks like that, right? So it has that little coating on top of it. Just gives it a lot more shine than kind of your regular enamel dots. But 153 pieces on there, you guys. Like, look at all the circles, larger circles, words, hearts, and then all those little teeny hearts. There's very good value in those packs with that many pieces, 153. Epoxy, thank you. Epoxy, yes. Oh, look at epoxy coated, if I read it. Yes, they're epoxy coated sticker embellishments. All right, 2 more things. First up, we have the washi tape stickers. If you have not seen these from 49 Market, they've been doing these for a bit. These are very cool. So they come on a roll, and I'll start to unroll that. They're washi stickers, kind of like we saw in the papery before from American Crafts. But see that? They're kind of a little bit opaque. When I put that little guy down, I can see through it a little bit. But see what happens, and this is how, when I use them, this is what I do. Peel off the negative, right? So this would be the negative. Now I'm getting to the start of that piece. Okay, there we go. Let me pull this little part off because it was... Get that off, until we are starting, well, we're starting kind of right here. Don't mind all of this here. I'm trying to show you what it looks like on the roll. So it's coming off there because I started pulling it off. But this is what it looks like when it's on the roll. And then to use them, I just come in and start peeling that off. I think that's the easiest way. Now they're your little stickers that you can just peel off with something delicate, or don't be trying to do it fast like I was. Because they're thin, right? There we go. And they repeat, your pattern repeats, let me get rid of this. Your pattern repeats, I think, every 13 inches. So this is another thing that you could do a split-see with friend or friends if you wanted to. But then you just have those nice little washi, thin, semi-transparent stickers on that roll that are kind of fun to play with. I love the clips. They always have those little clips. So you guys know I like my clips. And labels and flowers and seahorse and all kinds of fun things there. So that is those are the washi stickers from the Sunburst Collection. And then last thing we're going to take a look at for Sunburst is the washi. So they've changed up the way they do their washi a little bit. In the past, they've done larger boxes that had up to 5 different patterns. And we're seeing this with Sunburst and with Christmas Spectacular as well. Smaller size with fewer patterns. The nice thing there is you still get some great washi to work with, but it costs you less. So that is a really nice thick piece. I want to show you something very quickly because you might be looking at something like this going, holy cow, like that is way too thick. What would I ever use that for? Now, you could use that as thick as it is. You could use that on a card or, you know, a nice little border of the card or even on your traveler's notebook or a scrapbook page or something. But if you're looking at that thinking, well, that's far too wide for me to use, I say, not if you get out your trimmer. So what you can do with that, and really you can do this with any washi. So when we looked at the American Crafts washi, there is always a roll that's thicker. If that's, or wider, if that's too wide for you, any of your washi, you just pull out your trimmer, and I would take a little piece of this. So we'll just take like this. And if I want it to be, let's say I want it to be half as wide, or maybe I just want a piece that's 3/4 of an inch. All I'm going to do is line my washi up there at 3/4 of an inch. And I'm using that line to make sure it's straight. Trim that, and now I have a strip of washi that is 3/4 of an inch, okay? So I can do that as thin as I need it to be. If I wanted it to be a 1/2 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, I could do that. And then I still have kind of a thicker piece there to use. So if a large roll of washi like that, you think, well, I don't really have room to do that. Well, you have room to cut it and then use it for all kinds of different things. We'll just throw those back on there. Actually, I'll put that in here just so we can see it. That is part of, but I love this one kind of with the definitions and then the really bright pops of color. And the other two, oh, the pineapple. Pineapple's so good. I mean, pineapple tastes good, but I love this pineapple artwork too. So you have pineapples that are facing both directions. And then you have this black. I'm always looking for a good, just super generic, thinner black, because sometimes I like to layer it with other pieces. So there you go. That is the regular washi. It's not called regular washi. That's just the washi tape assortment from Sunburst.